Hi, this is Brett Miller, and I've rolled up my sleeves, as you can see, because I'm serious about trying to make you as much money as we can on mobile apps. So today's talk, as I've said, it's about monetizing your mobile apps and making you as much money as possible. I've identified the 5 best ways, and I would say that 4 and 5 are really the critical ones. So please stay tuned for those, because those are really the way to really get your profits flowing. But the first way is advertising. And by that I mean within the app have advertising messages that users can click on. And the way that you actually make money through that is you are paid each time a user is sent to one of your sponsoring apps. Now, the drawback with this approach is you have got to have a lot of traffic in order to make any decent amount of money, because the amounts you're being paid are very minuscule on each one of those clicks. But just be aware that on the bottom of your app you could have a little advertisement that a user can click on, and that can make you money. Now, the other drawback to bear in mind is people don't like advertisements. It takes away from the primary purpose of your app, and it makes it just feel kind of generic. So that's probably not a good approach. But some people do very well with it. But I'm going to cross it off, because I don't suggest that. The next method is charging for your app. And you can charge 99 cents, you can charge $9.99, whatever you want you can charge for. Now, there's a major drawback with this approach too. People don't like to spend money, especially out of the gate when they don't know what they're going to get. And even if it's 99 cents, it really makes you think about it, whether you want to use it or not. If it's free, hey, why not? Give it a try. But even for 99 cents, I myself have to give it a lot of thought whether I want to spend that precious 99 cents. So it's kind of funny. So that will prevent users from trying out your app. So it's a dangerous thing to go that direction. So as far as for charging for the app, especially initially, I would say let's not do that either. The next model is subscription, where you pay a monthly access fee. Let me make sure I spell that correctly. Subscription. You pay a monthly fee or a yearly fee, but that gives you the ability to use the app. And at least in that model, you can earn respectable revenue because it's coming in on a regular basis. And usually with some type of subscription, there might be storage of files or something that has long-term value. But that's a better model, I would say, as long as it's a minimal amount. The real challenge comes in when you're asking users who have never used your app to pay something, and it's especially true if you don't have that many people that have given you great reviews. So they go on the App Store and they see that no one's really used this, and you want to charge. There's alternatives there. They're not going to want to do that. So subscription can be good, but it depends how it's presented. Let's get to the better stuff in my mind, which is number 4. I'm going to write a little star by it. And then we're going to call this in-app purchasing. Now, the app is free, which makes users very likely to try it, and you have to give a lot of value in that free app. But what you can do is, around certain capabilities, you can grant additional information, in like a game, you can give additional lives or additional tools or weapons or whatever it would be. But this allows the user to try your app, get a lot of value, and if they really want it take it to the next level, once they've become addicted, which I find it happens to me, it's like, now that I'm using a free app and there's something more, I've got to have that more because I'm using it, and what's the big deal? The in-app purchases is really key because it gets people on for free, and then they end up buying more. So that's one I would highly advise you to consider. How can you break your app in to allow a free version, and then within that app allow upgrades? Now, I don't really like the approach where there's a free version and then there's a pro version, because the ratings are separate and things get a little funky. You could have 2 apps on your device, and it's not as good as just the ability that once you're in the app to be able to buy something to unlock a feature. I think that's really an attractive option for a user and for someone who produces apps. And then the 5th method, which it's a tough one. I'm not going to pretend it's easy, but let's monetize later. let's build a user base. Let's get a lot of positive reviews. Let's make money, but do it later. And what that might mean is for 6 months, your app would need to be free, and you might need to get angel investment or venture capital or something to keep going. But as you're building up a community, you can monetize it a lot later and make a lot more money, because all these other methods that we've talked about, and now that I noticed, I did misspell subscription. I apologize for that. Anyways, all these other methods that are spelled correctly, those have drawbacks as far as paying prevents people from wanting to be able to use it. And you have to hit this critical mass where you have many thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of users, and a solid community. And you're going to need angel investment to support that, unfortunately, usually. But that's when you become very attractive for other companies to acquire you, or you can implement a model later where you can make money similar to what Facebook did, which they did it phenomenally well, I think. But for many years they didn't make anything, as everyone knows. So monetize it later where you can, and that's really tough because you're going to spend good amounts of money to make your, to put out an awesome app, and then to have it free and not make anything. It's kind of unusual. So you have to discipline yourself. But 4 and 5 in my mind are great as far as making some money eventually and doing well with it. So a couple other things to keep in mind. The App Store does not allow you to have free trials where you can use it for 30 days or 60 days and then you have to pay. They don't allow that. And there's certainly no coupons out on the internet where you can get a discount, or they do something weird with the pricing. Around any type of pricing model, I would just advise to keep it as simple as possible and try to prolong that. Even if you are going to charge for your app, for the first 60 days, make it free to get that critical mass going, so that some people are using it and people can see reviews. You've got to have that in place. So yeah, again, hope that information helps as far as understanding the different ways to monetize your app. If there's ever anything I can do to help you, I'd be happy to do that. Please give the thumbs up or the like or whatever it is if this video presented value to you. And stay tuned, because we'll be producing a lot more information around mobile app and web development. Again, Brett Miller, thank you for watching.